Hey everybody, and welcome to another JASP video. In this JASP video, I'm going to quickly show you a new feature of the newest edition of JASP, JASP 0.96. It is a new addition to the summary statistics module. So previously, the summary statistics module only contained the Bayesian tests here. But as you can see, there is a new classical test statistics, summary statistics module. It's not a very robust module. It's something that you would use for teaching, for theorizing, for just quickly checking. It's almost as if it is a self-contained calculator for checking maybe by hand work, or if you wanted to do, if you were teaching like I do, some statistics require my students to do by hand calculations because I want them to get used to doing those kinds of work and knowing what each part of a formula for a test statistic works. You can come in here and check your work. You can say, okay, do I reject the null hypothesis or do I fail to reject it? And what's my p-value in that case, right? If you wanted to get an exact p-value, this sort of helps you not have to go through the whole rigmarole of looking at a table. It basically removes the looking at a z table, a t table, an f table for these kinds of results. So you can get an exact p-value. That's what the test statistic does. To add this to your Jamovi, you have to have 0.96. It's not in previous versions. Now to add this, it is just like this. You have all of these modules that you can add that come with Jamovi. And as you can see here, I did SUMM to bring up summary statistics, apply common Bayesian test from sufficient statistics. So now it can say apply Frequentist or classical and Bayesian test from sufficient statistics, but that's how you look for it. Here is all of them. So this is also a new feature. If you didn't see my previous video on showing this off, this is going to probably be a new community and official module channel that you can add to get all of this added over here. And of course you can side scroll if you've got a side scroller mouse, or you can use your middle mouse wheel to side scroll as well. So we are going to take a look at the summary statistics. So if we pop that open, because this channel is mostly classical tests, I just wanted to show that. So when it opens, you get initializing the engine. When I first opened it, it didn't do that, and I was very confused because nothing was happening. So if that happens to you, maybe restart JASP and open it back up again, and hopefully you'll get that initializing the module language, and then it'll show that. So it's a very simple module here, and it is essentially you put your test statistic value in these 4 tests: z-tests, t-tests, chi-squared tests, and f-tests or ANOVAs, and then you can choose which alternative hypothesis you're looking for. So a two-sided test, well, for f, that's not going to be, it's always going to be greater, really, or greater or less than, right? And really, you only need to put in your test statistic, and then for these other 3, you put in the degrees of freedom values that you have. So let's say our test statistic is 1.97, right? And then we hit enter, or we click off of it, and it will generate that test statistic right here. So the statistic is 1.97, and we can see that our p-value is 0.049. That's because 0.05 is 1.96, right? So we could do that. And if we did greater, it's a positive number, and so you can see our p-value is halved, 0.024, right? And if we choose the left side or the negative side, you can see that our p-value is 0.97. So for the z-test, this is basically just pulling the value for you off the z-table. That's literally what it's doing. So you can, and the greater or less radio buttons here are essentially which of the side of the normal curve is shaded to give you that value. Literally just pulling the values from a z-table. That's probably what it's doing in the background here. For t-tests, you have to provide the test statistic. So let's do, I don't know, a 3.54 with a degrees of freedom value of 25, okay? And you can see that our test statistic is the same over here. Our degrees of freedom is 25, and here we have an exact p-value of 0.002. So nothing too crazy in that respect. For chi-squared, our test statistic can be, let's say 2.51. I'm just making stuff up here. With the degrees of freedom value of 2, let's say we had 3 categories, and you can see that it's not a big enough difference here for our goodness of fit, or if we had a test of independence, right? P-value is 2.85. So this would have to be bigger, right? This would have to be like, let's do 4.58, right? Not still too small with 3 categories. So let's do 6.32. Yeah. Look at that. All right. So you could sort of find your threshold there of what test statistic you would need to get a p-value in your dichotomous decision making. And then finally, we have the test statistic of f. Again, for f, you can see that it is grayed out because there is only one hypothesis, right? Because f cannot be less than 0, and you really need it to be just greater than 1 because it is a ratio. So let's say our f is 2.35, our numerator df is 1, but our denominator df is like, let's say 95. Still not, we need it to be bigger, right? So we would want that, I can't get it all, 3.57, let's say. Is that going to be big enough? Not quite, right? So we would either need more people in our denominator, or we would need a different comparison, 3.98, let's say. Hey, there we go. 3.98 is your threshold for 195 degrees of freedom value. So this is the SS the SS, summary statistics, test statistics for classical or frequent test testing. If you have any comments, suggestions, or feedback, please leave those down below. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.